All right, next. So first I want to say, I know this seems like a lot of videos to watch, but I'm trying to keep them as short as possible. But it really is important that you kind of understand this concept, because moving forward, you're going to use a lot of this information, not only in the rest of this course, but you're also going to use this in algebra. At times you'll use this in geometry. So it's just this is foundational stuff, and you kind of need to know it. So still talking about y equals mx plus b, and we're going to talk about how do we write equations if we just have a graph now, right? Using this slope-intercept form. All right, so let's take a look and let's just dive in. So I got this graph right here, and I look at what I know. So I know one thing. Well, I know a couple things. First of all, I know it's going to have a positive slope. All right, and the reason I know it's positive is because as it goes left to right, it's going up. Okay, so I'm looking at it this way. It's going up as it goes left to right. I know that I can look at this and I can find the y-intercept on this, because it's where does it cross your y-intercept. Your y-intercept is this line right here, right? And so if I look at it, it crosses it right there. And it's even got a point there. And so my y-intercept is equal to just the y-coordinate of where it crosses that. And the y-coordinate of where it crosses that is -2. So I've already got, now that's, and remember, that's my b, right? Your y-intercept is your b. So I'm on my way already. So now the thing I need to know, and this is where you might have to do a little bit of actual work, is trying to find the slope. So you have to think about, okay, I know two ways to find slope from a graph. All right. One way is I can draw a right triangle going from one point to another, and you need solid, consistent points. And so the only two solid, consistent points I know about are the ones that they gave us. So these two right here. And so I know I can use this right triangle, and I can do my rise over my run. Okay? So I can do that, and then we'll look at the other way real quick doing it. So my rise, it looks like it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes up 5, and then it goes over 1, 2, 3. Okay? So my slope is 5/3. The other way I could find my slope is I could figure out the coordinates of these 2 points, all right? So I have the point 0, -2, and then I have this point, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which is the point 3, 3. And then just do your change in y over your change in x, right? So I'll start with this coordinate because they're positive. So it's 3 is my y coordinate, then minus, and then I'm going to use this one, a -2. And then you do your x's, and because I started with this y over here, we're going to start with that x. So 3 minus, and then it's 0, because that's my other x coordinate. And then just simplify it. 3 minus a -2 is the same as 3 plus 2 over 3, which gives me 5/3. So you get the same thing either way. So now that I have my slope and my y-intercept, it's just a matter of plugging them in. So y equals my 5/3. Let's put my x down. All right, I apologize with all the color shifting, but I really want this to make sense to you. And then -2. All right, and so if I write this so it doesn't look like fruit salad, like I said before, sorry, I just used the wrong color. It would look like this. Y equals 5/3 x minus 2, and that is your completed equation that we got all just from looking at the graph, right? They didn't tell us anything, but we were able to pull all that information off. So let's look at one more example here. So, or one or two. Well, we got two more examples, all right? So this next example, let's just do this with our points. So first of all, what's my y-intercept? Where does this thing cross the y-axis? Where is the y-axis? It's right here, and it crosses right there. So my y-intercept is -6. And then next, I want to find my slope. All right, my slope is going to be my change in y over my change in x, and I've got the points already. So let's do this one first. So it's -2 and then minus the other one, so minus a negative 6. And you'll see we'll get a double negative there, and that'll make it positive, which is nice. And then it's 3 minus 0. And I know that if I do this right, I should get a positive slope because this goes up from left to right. So negative 2 minus a minus 6 is the same as negative 2 plus 6 because you got double negative. 3 minus 0. So this becomes 4 because negative 2 plus 6 is positive 4 over 3. I now have my slope and I have my y-intercept. And so let's just do this all in black. So y equals 4/3 x. I almost said 5/3 x. I'm sorry. 4/3 x. And then my y-intercept minus 6. And this is your completed equation. All right, let's do one more where they don't give you as much information. So one right here. Now this one, it looks like my slope is going down. So I'm going to have a negative slope on this one. So hopefully we'll do that and we'll figure it out. So let's figure out our y-intercept first. Well, my y-intercept is going to be where it crosses the y-axis. This is my y-axis right here. So it crosses right there at 2. And it's positive 2 this time. So we have my y-intercept is 2. And then take the 2 points they give you for you to find your slope. So we got this point, we got this point. Now if you want to do the triangle method for these, you can, but I think this is a lot safer. So in order to do this, right? I hate it when it does this. In order to do this, I should know what these points are. So this is the point 0, 2, and then this is the point 3, 0. All right, so let's do my x's. So let's do this as my x2. So we'll start with this one. So we'll go 2 minus 0. All right, so 2 minus this one. And then this one will go first. So 0 minus 3. So you get 2, you get negative 3, and my slope is negative 2/3. When you have a negative sign, that's on one of either your numerator or your denominator. You can just kind of pull it out front like that. All right. And so now let's just write our equation. So y equals m, which is negative 2/3. And I completely forgot how to write 2/3 x, and then my b is 2. So plus 2. You notice I didn't write b here, right? I wrote y-intercept. So you got to remember what these things are called. So hope this is helping and making a little bit of sense for you. The next thing now is how do we plot these lines if they give us the equation?